refresh, refresh. Okay, 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 refresh. Alright, it's gonna be in stock this time. I can feel it. Oh, man! Hey, all you action figure enthusiasts out there, JC here with another TNI news video. And as always, we've got a lot to cover today, so let's jump right into it. And let's start off with a little bit of Mattel news. First of all, with Masters of the Universe. So we've gotten our first looks at Mattel's upcoming Masters of the Universe Origins vintage He-Man and Skeletor figures. So these are essentially just reissues of the previous Origins He-Man and Skeletor, with the big difference being that you get the vintage head sculpts, so they look just like the original toys from the 80s. You also, with both figures, both He-Man and Skeletor, and these are individual release figures, you will get a whole completed power sword. You know, with the previous versions that they did, you just got the half swords. So with these, you will get a completed sword, again, for both Skeletor and He-Man. Now, these figures are currently listed for pre-order on the Canadian EB Games website, and they're listed with an August release date. However, these I'm pretty sure, going to be a general release. I think they will be available everywhere. I won't swear to that, but I don't think these are going to be store exclusives. But again, right now, the only place that has them up for pre-order that I know of is EB Games in Canada. And then also on the Masters of the Universe front, we've got what possibly is our first look at the Masterverse Oo-Lar figure. Now, this popped up on Amazon a couple of days ago. It was an image that was being used with the Masters of the Universe Origins Wind Raider pre-order. So the Wind Raider that's shown here is just an early production sample of the Origins Wind Raider, which we've seen before. So that's not really what's newsworthy here. But I guess whoever had taken this image just used whatever figure was lying around. This, again, looks like is an early production image that wasn't really meant for public consumption until somebody at Amazon screwed up and put it on the website. But the figure that it looks like they grabbed is an unknown Masterverse figure. And it looks, you know, I can't swear to it, but it looks like it's supposed to be the character Oo-Lar, which is essentially, you know, the barbarian version of He-Man before he became He-Man that was featured in the original mini comics. So this possibly, you know, as far as the Masterverse line goes, we've had strong indications from Mattel that the line will feature other versions of He-Man other than just from the new Netflix Revelation series. You know, Revelation figures are going to be in the first wave. But as they go along, we should start seeing, you know, basically characters from other versions of He-Man included in this line. And He-Man has his 40th anniversary coming up very soon, so I suspect this might be a Masterverse figure they are doing in celebration of that. But until that's confirmed, you know, it's possible this is just, you know, a production sample figure that was lying around that will actually never see the light of day. You know, that's certainly a possibility as well. But my money is that we will see this figure eventually released in the Masterverse line, and again, probably in celebration of the 40th anniversary. And then sticking with Mattel, I've got some news on the Jurassic World front. So for you Amber Collection folks, it looks like we are going to be getting a slew of exclusives coming to Target this summer. So Target is promoting this on their website. They are not revealing what they are, but they are saying that starting on June 18th, so just a little bit over a week from now, they are going to be putting up, I guess, for pre-order or for purchase, I'm not sure which, but 4 exclusives for the Amber Collection. And then on July 21st, so the next month, they're going to have 2 more exclusives from the Amber collection. And then finally in August, it looks like they're going to have 1 Legacy collection item that they are going to be putting up on their website. So right now they just have the, showing the locks, but eventually, come on those dates, they should have something actually up there. But definitely with Amber collection, between June and July, it looks like we're going to be getting 6 different exclusive figures. And I'm sure it's probably going to be a mix of the dinosaurs and action figures. Okay, now switching over to McFarlane Toys. So we've gotten our first look at the upcoming The Suicide Squad movie figures. We had seen listings for these back in February, so we knew they were coming, but now we've got our first look with the official image showing the figures, the regular release figures. So we are getting, for regular releases, we are getting Harley Quinn, which is in the dress that we've seen in the trailer, which I actually thought was kind of an odd choice, but there you go. She ends up wearing more of a, traditional type Harley outfit later in the movie, and I would have kind of figured they would have gone that route for the figure. But as it looks like here with this image, we're getting the dress version, and then we're getting Bloodsport, Polka Dot Man, and then the John Cena character, Peacemaker. Now, not shown here, or I should say the final figure shown here is the King Shark figure, which I believe this is the collect and connect or build a figure, whatever you want to call it, version. So when you get the figures, the regular release figures, you'll get the pieces for King Shark. However, there should be a second King Shark figure coming. And again, I'm assuming that this is the Build-A-Figure one, not the gold label one. But there should be a second King Shark coming that is going to be released as a deluxe figure as part of Walmart's gold label line here in the United States. I don't know what the differences will be between the 2 figures, but we have seen from the overseas retailers listings for 2 different versions of King Shark. Also, there's going to be an unmasked version of Bloodsport and an unmasked version of Peacemaker. So if you were wondering if like the helmet on Peacemaker was removable, I don't think it is, since they're going to be doing an unmasked version. And I believe those will be, well, actually, I don't really know if the unmasked ones will be general releases, chase variants or what have you. We don't really have those details. But I will tell you that the regular figures should be going up for pre-order on July 1st, and they will be available everywhere. And then also on the DC Multiverse front, we finally got indication of how that 3rd Justice League Snyder Cut Batman figure is going to be released. However, there is a little snafu there. So I've previously talked about how there was going to be 3 different versions of the Snyder Cut Batman figure released by McFarlane Toys, all in the same outfit, that kind of armor outfit that he wore at the end of the movie. So there was going to be the masked version that has the goggles over the forehead. Then there's the masked version with the goggles over the eyes. And then finally the unmasked version. Now we knew the unmasked version is going to be an Entertainment Earth exclusive. And originally we had thought that the version with the goggles on the forehead, not covering the eyes, was going to be the general release. That's the images that were put out when these figures were originally solicited. But as it turns out, it looks like that's actually going to be a Platinum Edition Chase variant version. And then the regular release version is going to be the one with the goggles over the eyes. So if you pre-ordered the one with the goggles, up above the eyes, you might get that since it's a chase, but most likely you're going to end up getting the version with the goggles that are covering the eyes. So again, a platinum edition figures are essentially chase figures that are randomly packed with the regular release figures. I don't know how many, I don't know how widely available this particular chase figure is going to be. But like I said, and these images come via the Voice of Reason, and these figures have started to show up overseas. Now, originally I was wondering if possibly maybe just the figure was mispackaged, since this is from overseas. But I've since seen 2 different people having gotten their hands on this version that does have that Platinum Edition sticker on the packaging. So it definitely looks like that somebody, I guess, screwed up when they originally released the images of the regular version. It should have been the one with the goggles covering the eyes, but instead they released the images of the figure with the goggles on the forehead. But as I said, that is now looking pretty much like it is going to be the Platinum Edition Chase. Okay, now switching over to G.I. Joe Classified. So since I last talked to you guys, that Hasbro Classified Cobra Island Major Blood figure has been listed on the Target website. And as you could probably expect, it sold out instantly. It's been relisted at least 2 or 3 times, but each time it sold out in seconds. So it looked like Hasbro or Target had made it so, you know, they say 1 per person, but at least initially when it went up, it looked like people were able to still add at least 10 to their cart. So like I said, it sold out very quickly. And even though it's been relisted a couple times since it initially went up, each time it sold out instantly, to the point where people who had selected the option of being notified when it was available again, you know, they would see the notification come on their phone and they would immediately click on it. And by the time they got to the website, it was already gone. Now, as I mentioned before in the last news video, Hasbro is going to be having a live stream this coming Friday, which is tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. And I am still hopeful, keeping my fingers crossed, that they will be making some type of announcement saying that they're going to make these Cobra Island figures available on polls, hopefully in numbers that will be able to fulfill the demand for everybody, not just their premium members, but again, for everybody. I don't know if they will or not, but I am definitely trying to keep my fingers crossed for that. Now, we have gotten also some indications of what they might be possibly showing off tomorrow during the live stream. Now, as I mentioned again in the last news video, I had been doing some checking and I saw no indications that there was going to be any kind of regular release figures going up for pre-order this week. If they showed off any regular release classified figures, it was likely going to be something that wasn't going to be released until, you know, further down the road. And I suspected that most of the reveals come tomorrow are going to be some type of exclusives. So JT Prime has put out some listings, has discovered some listings for several items. So first of all, we've got a Cobra Island figure and bike set. This is different. This listing is different from the previous Baroness and Coil bike set. So it's not just a relisting of that one. It is something different. Don't know specifically what it is, but being it is a Cobra, it's being listed as a Cobra Island set. That means it is going to be a Target exclusive. Now, I've been doing some checking and I've not been able to find this 2-pack listed in the Target systems, at least not yet. But I believe JT Prime found these listings from an overseas distributor. So, you know, they're not limited to only selling these at Target overseas because obviously they don't have Target. But here in the US, you know, that one definitely is looking like it's going to be a Target exclusive. And hopefully maybe we'll get some details on that tomorrow. Now, we also have a listing for the next wave of retro figures, the 3 3/4 inch retro figures, which will be Walmart exclusive. So I do expect that will probably be revealed tomorrow. And then 2 other listings that have popped up include a new Snake Eyes figure. It's listed as Hero Snake Eyes, and this looks like it's going to be some type of deluxe figure. And then another Roadblock. Yes, another one. If you count the reissue of the Wave 1 with the different paint ups, this would be the 4th Roadblock figure that we've gotten in the series. Now, for both Roadblock and Snake Eyes, again, I've not seen any indication that these would be general releases. So I'm thinking these might also be some type of exclusive, maybe either to Hasbro Pulse or Amazon, something along those lines. Probably not Target. Otherwise, they'd probably be labeled as Cobra Island figures. But again, I don't think these are going to end up being general release figures. So I don't know exactly what Hasbro's going to show off. There's also been the listing in the Target system for that figure that is code name Kepler. And we've even gotten a DPCI number for that one. And that one in the Target system is suggesting it's going to be released next month. I believe, I won't swear to it, it's not confirmed, but indications, you know, it's widely believed that that's going to end up being a Cobra Island classified barbecue figure. So the other possibility, I guess, is an Alley Viper, but I think it's probably going to be barbecue. But again, whether that's revealed tomorrow, I would think it probably would be, but we'll just have to wait and see. Okay, now switching over to Tamashii Nations, we've got a number of SH Figuarts reveals this week, and let's start off looking at the new Godzilla figure based on the upcoming Netflix anime series. So the series is called Godzilla Singular Point. The figure is listed as Godzilla Ultima, and the figure is going to be released in November. You're going to get a replacement head as well as a Jet Jaguar little mini figure prototype set. Not sure why that's exactly included with it. But again, this figure is going to be out in November. It is not currently available for pre-order at places like Big Bad Toy Store, but I do believe they will end up carrying it. So just keep your eyes out for that. Now for Marvel, this week we got our first look at the Shang-Chi, the Legend of the Ten Rings Shang-Chi SH Figuarts figure. So this figure is going to be due out in September, and it's going to come with multiple hands as well as a weapon stick. So again, that figure is not yet up for pre-order, but should be soon. And then on top of that, we got the official images and details for the new SH Figuarts Avengers movie Battle of New York, Black Widow, and Hawkeye figures. So in the last news video, I told you how these were teased. So Hawkeye will have multiple hands. He will have two head sculpts, one with glasses and one without. You are also going to get his bow, a quiver with arrows, and then a single arrow as well that you can put in the bow. For Black Widow, she is going to have multiple hands, her pistols, and she's also going to come with a Chitauri soldier weapon. Now, both of these figures are due out in October and should be going up for pre-order soon. They also gave us a preview. They did a video. They've put out a video this week, so we don't have any actual images, but we've got some screen caps. They're doing WandaVision versions of both Vision, the regular Vision, and then the White Vision as well. So no real details on those two figures when they'll be released or anything. You can see the White Vision has, the beam coming out of his forehead, and both figures will have soft, good capes. And then finally, on the SH Figuarts front, we've gotten our first look at their new line of Avengers Tech-On figures. So this is a line that Tamashii Nations is doing in conjunction with Marvel Comics. There's actually a Marvel Comic limited series that's coming out based on this Tech-On Avengers. So we've got our first look at Iron Man with quite a few detailed images. We also have a preview of the second figure that's coming out in this line, which is Captain America. And then we've got a look at the other figures that will end up being released in the line as well. So after Captain America, we're going to see Spider-Man, Black Panther, Captain Marvel, Wolverine, and then we're also going to get some bad guys with Red Skull, Loki, and Venom. I'm a little surprised we didn't get a Doctor Doom figure in this series, which is taking characters and basically giving them armored looks. So this is very similar to the Sentinel line, the armored Sentinel line that's being done. But again, the big difference with this one is there's actual comic book series that is going to be coming out in August from Marvel Comics that will actually be featuring these characters. And then the Iron Man figure, they have not yet given a release date for. Threezero has released official images and details for the next figure in their Infinity Saga 112 scale DLX line. So it is another Iron Man figure. It is Iron Man Mark 44, better known as the Hulkbuster from Age of Ultron. Now this figure definitely is looking pretty impressive. It is going to stand about 11.7 inches tall. It's going to be made with die cast and plastic. It is got 64 points of articulation. It is going to feature LED lights in the eyes, chest, and back. And then the coolest thing about this figure is you will be able to put the Mark 43 Iron Man figure that they are releasing inside this figure. Now the Mark 43 is sold separately, but again, you will be actually able to put that figure inside this one. Now, I've got to be honest, when I first saw the listings for Hasbro's Marvel Legend Infinity Saga Ironmonger figure, that's what I kind of envisioned, especially with that, $70 price tag to it. Now, I wasn't expecting it to have die-cast parts and LED lights and all that stuff, but I was kind of hoping that you would be able to put the Stain figure inside the Monger figure, kind of like you're seeing here. But, I guess, this definitely has this Ironmonger or this Hulkbuster figure has a hefty price tag. It's going to cost you about $250. And it is available for pre-order now at places like our sponsor, Big Bad Toy Store. Okay, and then finally for Marvel Legends. So we've talked about the reveals that Hasbro's been making over the last several days, showing off new X-Men related figures. Last time I talked to you, we had seen 4 of the 5 figures. Just yesterday, they released the final one, or showed off the final one. The reveal came via Shartimus Prime, and the figure is of Cyber. So we still have no idea exactly how these figures are going to be released. I will tell you, I've been doing checking, and I can tell you one thing: these are not going to be single carded fan channel exclusive releases. They still may be released on X-Men Retro card backs. They've only shown off 5 figures, and that is it for the reveals this week. But again, they may have held back one, so it could still be a retro collection, 6-figure wave. It could still be a general release wave. These could be store exclusives, so they could be individually released as like Target exclusives, like we saw with the Gambit and Rogue. They might even be some type of San Diego Hasbro PulseCon exclusive. There's just too many variables out there to know for sure. Again, I have been able to scratch off the list that these will be individual fan channel exclusive releases. But beyond that, I really don't know how these figures are going to be released. And I don't know if there's any more. Again, all Hasbro said is that was it for this week's reveals. But that doesn't mean they held back some figures, especially if it's a wave of some kind. They may have held back additional figures to show off at a future time. So the only common theme with these essentially is they're X-Men. 3 of the figures are, kind of Wolverine related, with the shirtless Wolverine and the Cyber and the Redeco Omega Red. But I really wouldn't consider Mastermind or Callisto as a Wolverine villain, or associated that heavily with Wolverine. So there's really, other than just the X theme, there's really no commonality with these, which is why it's hard to see these as being some type of San Diego Comic-Con exclusive or PulseCon exclusive. But, that's still always an option. But hopefully Hasbro will get around to telling us exactly how these figures will be released, in the coming days. And then the one final thing I just wanted to share with you is this coming Monday will be the first Monday of the month, which means there will be a new Marvel Legend reveal. It's probably, I'll tell you, it's not action figure related. So I'll leave it at that. But there will be some type of Marvel Legend reveal this coming Monday. So do look for that. And again, I probably will be speaking to you guys again as soon as tomorrow with the Hasbro G.I. Joe live stream going on. Whatever they reveal there and anything else that happens between now and then, I'll probably, either tomorrow or Saturday be throwing up another news video for you guys. And then, of course, on Sunday, there should be a live stream around 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, which hopefully you can check out as well. So that is it for today. I'd love to hear your thoughts on everything I talked about. Let me know in the comments section below. As always, stay safe out there. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. And until next time, I'll catch you later. Hey, thanks for watching today's video, and be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that bell notification so alerted every time I upload a new video. And be sure to head over to the Toy News International and Marvelous News message boards communities. It's a great place to talk toys and win cool contests like $100 store credits to Big Bad Toy Store. And remember, action figures are great.